God, this is it. Is this the end? I wanna know. I wanna know. I mean, between me and you. To hell with these people in decision day. Is this it for us? Is we through? Is we over? Is we finished? Or is we done? What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. I am your girl Talisa Rae, and we are reviewing Married at First Sight, season number 10, the finale. Oh no, I'm sorry. Decision Day. The finale. Yeah. Episode number 16. Until Decision Day do we part. Listen, I'm so glad that this season is over. I don't even know how to tell y'all how much I'm so glad that this season is over. I'm tired of looking at these people and these same problems with no progression. I'm done. I'm finished. It is over for me. Y'all see I didn't come last week. I was like, I'm just going to keep repeating myself. Oh, hopefully New Orleans is giving us something good, but it looked like it. It looked like it's going to be something. Like we're going to be like, you know, ooh, no, hey, whatever. Y'all living in a world of ghetto life. Everyone seems so uptight, but nothing's wrong and nothing's wrong. It's all right with my man. I like the way we carry on. His love is made. Oh, okay. But that's what I'm feeling like, that it's going to be good next season. But let's just finish this one out. Let's just get it over with. It is the final day. Okay? It is time for us to say yay or nay. I mean, honestly, the predictions that we had seem to be right and true, but I still have comments about them. Oh, baby. Let's go ahead and start with who we saw first, which was Jessica and Austin. I'm glad they got them out the way. Okay? I'm glad they got them out the way. Hurry up, because they both said yes. Ultimately, they both said yes at the end. You know, she was saying she was nervous and she didn't know where she stood. And I thought to myself, how you nervous? Y'all been kikiing, ha-ha, and cooing, gelling really well, having a healthy dialogue, a healthy disagreement. Like, if you didn't like something, y'all discussed it, but y'all wasn't cussing and fussing and fighting at each other, throwing nothing. So I'm not sure how you was nervous about what his decision would be. Oh, because that whole travel thing. Girl, Austin is lucky to have you, and you are lucky to have Austin. Do y'all know I thought that was all like acne on his face, but those are like moles and freckles and just some acne scarring. I really thought he had bad skin. I never said nothing, but I'm so glad when we looked up close. I was all in the TV last night like, and it's not acne. Or some of it is, but not all of it. What we see is Jessica is still obsessed with I love you. He needs to say I love you. I don't know what I'm going to say if he doesn't say I love you today. Yeah, you're still going to say yeah. Whether he said I love you or not, you're going to say yeah. Now, I did like, see, because y'all thought Austin was a pushover. Austin just doesn't feel like it's necessary for me to be mad about stuff and constantly confronting somebody about things that don't matter. I mean, that's healthy. I don't have to go to bat because you feel like she impulsive and controlling. He said she was impulsive, but it's something that he could deal with because she said that he was patient and kind and caring. The two of them balance one another out. She understands that I need to give him a moment where I want something to be done right now. If we're arguing or whatever, I need a decision now. We need to talk about it now, but he needs to process it through. She respects that as his boundary, as he respects who she is. Like, hold up. I'm not gonna put up with that. Like, I need some time, Jessica, but it don't mean that I gotta be like, I need time, Jessica, you ain't. Like, I really commend him. Like, y'all, she is all those things. Impulsive, controlling, bossy, but it does not affect him, nor does it affect their relationship as we see thus far. I can't wait to see the reunion. Okay, next week, the reunion is really where I wanna be. Like, I really wanna be like, I don't care about none of this. because it looked like the drama's happening with the reunion. But you know how they set us up like they did with Mindy and Zach. But I'm getting beside myself. Jessica mentions that he shuts down. Like I said, he ain't finna be dealing with, I ain't finna deal with all that. I'm gonna just shut down and you're gonna either shut up and we're gonna talk about it later, or you're just gonna be talking to yourself and I'm gonna ignore you. And then what? You're gonna be all by yourself. Why is that my favorite thing to sing? I also really like about Jessica that she's not afraid to articulate her fears. That means I'm vulnerable, I'm open, I need you to see where I'm standing, and I'm afraid that if he does not, I'm gonna be by myself. Like I'm afraid that if he doesn't say yes, or if he doesn't articulate, I'm afraid. Like, how many of y'all actually can articulate your fears to your partner? Because I mean, if you can, that's great. Because being vulnerable is really a significant part, or one of the essential parts of a relationship. When Austin talks about the L word, he says he overthinks it. You know what I'm saying? It's huge. He overthinks it. And at that particular moment, he hadn't said it. But listen, he eventually goes on to say, I love you, and of course I want to stay married because I love you. And you know, like it was like a weight off of everybody's shoulder. Honestly, when he said it, in the moment that he said it, I got a little tear in my eye. Like, and you know, she was like, I knew it the whole time. Well, then what the fuck is you pressuring him to say it for? I'd rather feel it than you tell me. I'd rather feel like you love me and I feel like it's genuine than for me to hear I love you, because for me, your actions are gonna say everything. But for her, she needs the words of affirmation. Y'all caught that, right? He needs physical touch. She needs affirmation. They said that right off the gate in the beginning. We knew that they would say yes. We definitely knew they would say yes. I actually thought that Jessica's little outfit was super cute. Except for them shoes she had on. Girl, go put them back in the preteen section at Payless. The Payless is closed now, but y'all know what I'm saying. Then I guess, you know what? The producers and shit of Married at First Sight figured they should give us Brandon and Taylor next so that we could stay interested. Look, listen. I still wanted to see the drama. Well, we see Taylor get herself dressed. You know, they show us that whole, all the couples except for Brandon, right? Show her getting dressed and what her thought process is, and how, you know how they're feeling and stuff. You know, I just, well, her makeup is horrible. I don't like the little romper that she has on. Like, why you got that on? You got some cute clothes. I done seen a couple things that you had on, and some of the stuff you had on is cute, but you really don't have no style or something. I don't know what's happening. That makeup is horrible. Did I say that already? That makeup is horrible. Like, it's all one tone. She did it herself, so she didn't know that she needed to contour. She probably could have gone without makeup. But what do I know? I don't really wear makeup except for up under here. Right here. I got to cover them dark circles. None of the rest of this, none of it has makeup on. Okay? Lashes under here, because I was scared the fuck out of y'all. Taylor is there by herself talking to the experts, and they're just asking her how she feels and just has she seen Brandon, and you know, she talks about how they spent time off camera. He's really a great guy, but you know, he's got issues. They've had a horrible 8 weeks. Horrible 8 weeks. I mean, they had Panama, they had the video, they had the couples retreat. Like, their whole relationship has just been toxic, full of toxicness. Like, he really, you know, might have liked her in the beginning. I don't know. And then I don't know which one of you guys are saying that the producers were like poking and prodding at him, and that's why he was in the space that he was in. Like, don't poke the bear. But listen, when you go to work every day and your boss gets on your nerves, you don't blow up at them. You have a civilized conversation. So I'm still not going to dismiss his behavior. I mean, I can understand it, but I'm not going to dismiss it. That means that you have a little bit of unresolved issues that you need to see a therapist about, that you're angry about. Like, I'm not gonna give him no pass. Not now, not ever. Even though he's all, when he comes in finally, he's all smug with a smile, you know, because he got his apology from the production, from the producers. Like, they wanted to get you there. So sometimes we're gonna tell you what you want to hear, because I ain't do shit to you. At least that's how I saw it. But maybe they were poking the bear, like people were saying. Well, back to Taylor. She was saying that she was uncertain about her decision. You know, I mean, I'm thinking to myself, you're uncertain about what? What part of it are you uncertain about? Because I'm certain that y'all weren't ready to be married, that y'all aren't compatible, that y'all didn't have no time to really get to know one another. So I'm certain that your answer should be no. What is the uncertainty? I guess that's what you're supposed to say. You're supposed to give pros and cons. You know, they coax you a little bit on what they want you to say and how they want, you know what I mean? And sometimes it's, can you do it over? I told y'all I was in a couple of little things that were reality TV sort of based, and they coax you a little bit. I was on Head to Toe, which was a makeover show, me and my mother. And then I was on Phone Swap, that was on Fox, I think it was. The little show you see on Snapchat. Anyway, let's keep talking. Well, he shows up. He shows up. She talks about, you know, how stubborn he is. This is all while he's not there. And it's almost like, it's so tense and awkward in the room. Like, they don't talk about this stuff while he's there, because it's like tiptoeing on eggshells, like I'm walking on thin ice. Okay? You know, and then, you know, she starts crying. I wanted to know, do y'all feel bad for her because she crying and stuff? And he, you know, she don't know, she's got uncertainty. Y'all feel some kind of way about it? But when he shows up, you know, he looks nice and everything. He arrives. He got a hell lot of sweat and shit up under his arm. Like, is it because you was waiting around because you was hot? Is you sweaty? Is you nervous? What's up? He got that backpack, though. He got that backpack, and he got them AirPods, okay? Like I said a second ago about his smugness, Viviana questions it. They actually all start to, like, really Pastor Cal and Viviana kind of dig into him and start asking him questions. And, you know, because Brandon's like, well, I quit because of production. They made me late for work twice. Okay, but what about in Panama? What did they do to you in Panama? You know, and Pastor Cal, like, that's a lie. That's bullshit. Pretty much is what he's saying. I don't believe it. And, you know, Brandon's like, I don't care. I got what I wanted. And it's, you know, he is giving like the, yeah, I'm vindicated smile, like, vindictive. You know, not vindictive, but like I'm vindicated, like I've won, that kind of smug air about him, and can't really stay in the kitchen with the heat, which tells me that he does have maybe a little bit of compulsiveness or impulsiveness, or he has a bit of a quick temper because he has to excuse himself, and he says excuse me, I gotta go to the bathroom, like mid-sentence. And they're like, yo, you can't do that. Like, you talk about people respecting your time and you not respecting ours. We gotta pee, we gotta go to the bathroom, we've been sitting here. See, his go to the bathroom is let me go contain myself, let me get myself together, and then I'll come back. He's just a little his behavior appears to be a little erratic. It's just, the whole situation is just awkward and uncomfortable. Taylor goes first. Now, Taylor, when she's around the experts and other people, she seems very timid, like she's cautious and like trying to approach what she's saying cautiously, I guess. You know, and I'm all like, girl, that ain't who you are. We done seen you. We seen you. We know what you capable of and the shit that can come out of your mouth. Okay? So bust it out, okay? And make it plain. But of course she says that she wants a divorce, you know, that she didn't get to know him well. Like, I don't know if we would make it. And the thing that shocked me most, because I would hope that she would have said no, I would hope he would have said no too, is that he was taken aback by it. And a little upset, like I'm over this whole situation. Like, she was supposed to say yeah, and he was supposed to turn her down. I'm over it. I'm over all of it. And I get up and he walks away and resigns to it. Like, and then in the confessional, I came to find my soulmate, mate, you know, somebody I could spend my life with, blah. I'm looking like, no, you didn't, because no, you didn't give it a fair shot. I mean, you apologized, you did own up, but my thing is now, knowing that you have a bit of a volatile personality, would you always be apologizing to Taylor? Now, Taylor is not blameless in this. Taylor is not an angel in this. But the fact of the matter is, maybe they were just for TV. Maybe they were both just chosen for TV. Y'all let me know down below in the comments. I think the right decision was made with them, just like I think the right decision was made with Jessica and Austin. Okay, y'all let me know down below in the comments. Well, let's go Mika and Michael. I like Mika's dress. When they were getting dressed and they showed them at home or whatever, I was like, oh, they're coordinating. Did they talk about that before, that they would coordinate? Because you know, coordination makes you feel like togetherness, like I'm a couple. Let me back up for a second. With Jessica and Austin, when Austin walked in, he went to greet his wife. When Brandon walked in, they were strangers. Both Brandon and Taylor just sat there awkward, uncomfortable, and like, I'm not really even acknowledging you, barely. Hello. Okay? So now let's get back to Mika and Michael. Like, for me, that relationship was over before it started. They didn't even have a good trip in Panama. Panama was the end for the two of them. That whole thing about if we don't have sex when we leave here, you know, we can't go forward or whatever. Well, Michael, if that's what you said, honey, you sure in the hell sealed your fate, because she never recovered from that. And honestly, she probably didn't like you from the jump. Y'all didn't have no chemistry. She seemed very standoffish. You very awkward, to the point where people think that you on the spectrum. I don't think you're on the spectrum. I just think that you're socially awkward. You can tell that you you do have intelligence, that you do, you know, exhibit intelligence, a little bit of brilliance. So like Derek, you might be socially awkward and no one taught you how to like navigate that. Whereas Derek seems to navigate his really well. But we're not talking about Derek. I looked at him and thought to myself, why didn't he shave? Why didn't he go and get all of this shade? I can't stand when it's all coarse up under here, like, you know, and like line it up some. Like, that's just my preference. Some of y'all might like that rugged look. He did look nice in a suit. I wouldn't date Michael though. Okay. Greg last year, I would have dated Greg. Something about Greg I liked. Nothing about Deanna. That was his wife. Nothing about Mike that I liked. So he gets there first. And the reason I went back to acknowledge the greeting between the other couples is because it's indicative of how things go, whether or not they say yes or no. If you are familiar with body language and intensity and all that, you know. So if he's there first, he should have got up and he should have greeted Mika, because that's what husbands do. They get up, they acknowledge you, they hug you, they allow you to sit down, and then you to sit down, and then they follow suit. He didn't. He sat there. I don't even know if he looked at her or not. Like, he was nervous. Child, y'all been together for 8 weeks. But for 8 weeks, she ain't liked you. She ain't really tried to like you, and you just been lying, okay? Everything has been a lie. He did acknowledge, though, the fact that he was lying. At first, he was just saying and making it sound all pretty and shit. And he finally said, you know what, when, I think Dr. Pepper had asked, when did it feel like you were in a marriage? And Mika actually could pinpoint that it was 2 days prior to decision day that she started to feel like he was her husband, and that's what she thought. This is what a marriage is supposed to be like. Mika, you ain't never been married. You don't know what a marriage is supposed to be like. Honey, a marriage is hard work. It does not come easy. And if you ain't ready to compromise and really commit and know how to communicate, you will not make it. I'm going to have to agree. You're going to have to be a little more vulnerable. That is what it's about. It's just not about, you know, you feeling like he being honest. Honesty is a huge part of it. It is part of communication, but you got to work on your shit too. Anyway, I digress. Y'all know how I feel about Mika. I think that she is going to get it. She's going to watch herself on this show and realize, you know what? I got some work to do. I got to figure out how to talk to people. It's not okay how I was talking to him or how upset I would get when he would lie. She should have called it quits a long time ago. Like, another love TKO. Like, a long time ago. But she did say that she started feeling like this is what a marriage is like 2 days prior. And then instead of Michael saying when he felt like it was he was in a marriage, he went back to talking about how he lied and he needed to be accountable and need to understand that the things that he relied on as a single person are not the things that he should rely on as a husband, you know. And I'm all like, nobody knows. Like, who cares? Mika goes first, baby. Mika goes first, and Mika goes and she says, you know what, he's got good qualities, and though a few days before it started feeling like a marriage, what a marriage is supposed to be, but I don't know him. I don't know who my husband is. He's been telling me so many different stories that I don't know. I am confused. What part of this is he saying is true? Who is he? Now listen, that's the smartest shit she said to me the entire time. I don't know him. He's been telling me so many different stories, and there's so many different versions of him, and he done had 3 different jobs, and like, listen, I don't know who he is, and for that reason alone, I need to get a divorce. Baby, when she said that, poor Michael, he looked like he was gonna cry, because he had already said he didn't believe in divorce. Well, first off, you gotta believe in marriage and making a marriage work before you can say, I don't believe in divorce. You didn't even pick this wife. Oh, Michael. Get it together. Somebody is going to be attracted to you and want to be with you and work through all that shit you got going on, but the average woman is not. But there is someone who is not average, okay, and she is going to deal with that, help you work through your issues. I think you, though, should start by getting you some therapy about this lying. Pastor Cal said, is this just you lying? Is it a habit? Are you a habitual liar? And no, I just think it's a mechanism I use. Shut the fuck up, Michael. Shut up. You're a habitual liar, okay? And you shouldn't have been so stunned, but I felt, my heart did feel for you because you were shocked and appalled. Like, you thought that she was going to say something other than, I want a divorce. You were hopeful. To the point that you even went on to say, I don't believe in divorce, but, you know, I'm all like, great. Ain't nothing you could do about it. She said she wanted a divorce. Ain't nothing you could do about it. Ain't nothing you could say after that. You know, you could have just said, well, whatever I have to say, it's null and void. Now, at this point, I would have liked to stay with her, but let's respect her wishes. I understand where she's coming from. I mean, he was hurt. Looked like he was about to start crying. You seen him take a few minutes. Child, let me tell you, y'all finna say he probably on the spectrum. And let me just say how Mika gave 0 fucks about what he was going through. She had no emotion. She never liked him. She was stone cold in the face. I was like, Mika, there's no warmth. That alone tells you you're not attracted to him. Y'all's body language is stiff. Your legs are crossed the opposite way, out of the direction he is. Like, y'all ain't. Oh, okay. All right. That's what's up. Let's talk Katy and Derek, okay? Katy and Derek. What I realized is at the beginning, when they first started, that first week, she was like, he's so perfect. And then he went to being weird, a weirdo and awkward. With no initiative. Child, I don't like Katy. I just really want you to know the way her pie face was smushed in and the way she kept doing her. I didn't like her. I didn't like her. She was pretentious. As y'all would say, she was snobbish. As y'all would say, she was a bitch. Because I would say it too. Like, her attitude was representative of someone who was better than. And really, they look like they really cut from the same cloth. Like, they both seem to have been raised, even though parents were divorced and in new relationships, by not necessarily affluent, but people that had middle class at minimum, that were able to provide them with a good life. You know, neither one of them knew what it looked like to struggle. At least that's what I feel. That's what I would gather. Anyway, what I know about Derek is he just wanted to please her and make her happy. Like, he wanted to give it a good shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it that I can do to keep you happy? Let me keep you happy. Let me, you know, dote on you. Let me be the husband that everybody envies. You know, when we saw her at the house, she was talking about how she was torn about her decision. when she was sitting with the experts, she was saying how, you know, we have a friendship. We connect on the friendship level. There's no emotional connection. Dr. Pepper had to be like, do you mean passion? And she was supposed to say yes, because that's what it was. You feel like there's no passion. Furthermore, as she was talking, she said, it's what I had. I don't feel like, you know, that I want to get to him and I want to stay up and talk all night like I did in past relationships. Well, that's where you're going wrong right there. Little Miss Snob. The fact of the matter is, you should not be comparing this current relationship with any other relationship from the past. None of them matter. Once you decide I'm going to step into this, once you said I'm going to try this experiment, you were supposed to shut all that off. Yeah, we do have something to judge from. Like, we do have a some type of meter to go off of, right? But it should not be a hindrance to my new relationship. My new relationship is just that. It's on its own merit. Each relationship stands on its own feet. That includes kinships, friendships, intimacy. You know, all of these relationships are based on their own merit and what you share. And because, Katy, you were so always cold and thrown off, there was never the opportunity for passion to come in. And I'm glad that Viviana said, you know, she's really pretty. She's actually beautiful. Shape, everything. Gorgeous woman, Dr. Viviana. I digress. But I'm glad that she said 8 weeks, and in this kind of experiment, it's hard to really develop for passion. But a friendship, you can compound off a friendship. Listen, I want my next boo to be my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want us to really get along. Y'all understand me? Like, connect on a level where we're friends and can laugh and talk and joke about everything. And then later on, yes, God, make my knees weak, make my body quiver. Like, you can have it all. Why not? Anyway, let's keep going. Derek, you saw when he arrived, because he arrived first. So you saw that he greeted her. He got up and he greeted her. Even though she was awkward, he greeted her. You understand what I'm saying? Which is proof that he wanted to be in it, and so did she. Like, that was my indication of whether they really connected, or what might their decision be is how you got up and interacted with one another. Keith and Iris are the only ones that kind of threw me off, because last season, you know, Keith got up because Keith was a gentleman. Shocking. Everybody was shocked when he said no. He didn't want no virgin. No controlling virgin at that, okay? But he could have did more for her. But I digress. Let's keep going. He talked about that, you know, he thought that they had a connection, but they had some obstacles. He always felt like there was an imaginary wall in between them, and that they argued too damn much. Everything was an argument. But, you know, they also talked about it, and he liked that she was real. And I thought, she's mean. Being real and honest is different than being mean and not wanting to let you in. The one thing I know is that he was into her and really willing to make it work. So when he said yes, I really wasn't surprised. But then when that damn Katy took us around the mulberry bush, you know, talking about she, you know, all the bad stuff. But I'm really I really want to see where this can go. You didn't have to have all that suspense. We all was looking like, well, is she going to say yes, or is she going to break his heart? Like, what's happening? At least that's how I was feeling. And I was like, and if she don't hurry the fuck up, I'm tired of waiting on you. You done said the same shit already 5 times. No emotional connection. Y'all more like friends. Finally, she said yes. And then had the nerve to be crying at the end. Well, what the hell? What the hell? You know that you have strong feelings for him. The thing that scares you is that you don't know what he feels. He don't know what he feels. He's working on it. Like I told y'all, he's a brain, right? He's socially awkward. So he has to try and figure out the balance to make the two work. He works all the way off the right side, right? Is that the theoretical side? The right side? I mean, totally He's an engineer. I mean, if y'all work with engineers, you know how they are normally a special breed and really deal with people who are just like them and understand like them. I have, I don't even talk to the girl no more at work that's also an engineer because she's weird as fuck. Cool to hang out with, but would be like, I don't like people to call me and I don't like people to text me. So how do we get to hang out? You explain that to me. Anyway, the Debbie Downer, Katy that is, and the girl at work. The producers know they ain't right? They know that they're not right, setting us up with Mindy and Zach. Making us think that Mindy was like, you know, you're gonna make somebody a good husband. Because I don't even have to go through all of this. The point of them being there was so that Zach could apologize for the shit that he did to Mindy. That apology and the way he was going in circles, he was true to form Zach. At one point, he was like, you know, let me, what did I write? I wrote it down. At least I thought I wrote it down. I guess I didn't. But he said something about, I'm good for women and other people and Mindy too, or some dumb shit like that. And I thought, I know you're fucking lying. Well, I'm also glad that Mindy said to him, you have not been a good husband to me. Period. Period. That's what the kids say with a T. Yeah. And he apologizes, you know, saying that he knows that he wasn't and he could have been more into it and he could have, you know, he sees in hindsight that I should have stayed there and gave, you know, it a gallant effort and blah, say blah, blah, blah. I like that Pastor Cal asked him, were you here to be married or just to be on TV? Come on. Keep it a band. Tell me the truth. He still couldn't tell the truth, okay? He was like, no, I was here to be married. No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't. You wanted to be seen. Now you done been seen. Let's see if you get anything from this. You and that damn Taylor. Y'all gonna get anything from this? Let's see. I'm all like, Zach, nobody cares. Nobody cares. We all look at you now as a pompous ass. Like, you did her wrong. You did her dirty. And I like that she did say, you know what, Zach, you're gonna make someone a good husband. You just weren't a good husband to me. Because I feel like that all the time. I feel like when my relationships break up, listen, he's a good guy, he's just not good for me. And I told that to somebody and they didn't get it. They didn't understand it. Well, if he's a good guy, then why are you not together? That's not, you're missing it. He's a good guy, yes, but we don't connect, so he's not good for me. You understand? He did me wrong. He you know, didn't meet the expectations, didn't understand my wants and desires, wasn't concerned for me. There's a lot of things that could go on, but he might be that for someone else. He's just not good for me. Like, he's got great qualities, just not good for me. Y'all better catch on to that. So they didn't get back together. They just tricked us. And I'm glad that she was like, she learned some things and that she's now focusing on her. I wish she would have wore her hair down. To me, she looks better with her hair down and not pulled back off of her face. But they probably asked her to do it because when you're on camera, they want to see your face. They can't see your face when your hair is in your face and all that. They want to see your face. Zach in his little in confessional talking about, I'm going to be a better person for someone having emotional and an attractiveness connection. A what guy? Zach, shut your ass up. Okay, so listen, everybody meets afterwards. You know, it's true to form. They meet at the bar. Everybody shows up but Brandon, because Brandon said, I'm over it. Like, I did my last bit of obligation. I'm not going to the bar. None of that. They sit and kiki. It looks like Mika and Taylor really forged a friendship here. Listen, I don't really care about nothing that happens there. Like, Katy and Derek has already signed a lease. Only thing that was for me is when, in reference to something that Jessica and Austin said, Mika said, that's what marriage is about, making one another happy, meeting each other's goals. And you should have seen Michael. I'm sure y'all saw him blinking his eye like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Like, you getting on my nerves. Michael, you finna holler at somebody else. Don't be in your feelings, okay? Don't be in your feelings, because listen, what I'm excited about is the reunion episode. I want to see what two castmates hooked up. It had to be Mika and somebody else, I would think, because of the way that Brandon stormed up out of there. Brandon. Because of the way that Michael stormed up out of there, I didn't see Brandon. Is he gonna show up? Is it Mika and Brandon? Is it Mika and Taylor? Who is it? And then we see Katy. Katy had an affair. It was Katy, right, y'all? Had an affair on Derek because she didn't like him sexually. She probably figured, I'm gonna get married and I'm just gonna sleep with who I want to on the side. Child, these people was not ready to be married. None of these people were ready to be married. The only person ready to be married was Jessica and Austin. And the question is, are you guys still together? I don't know. I might have all the people mixed up. Not who cheated, but all I know is I can't wait till next episode. The final episode. I'm all here for it. I'm excited about it. Do you understand me? I want to know what happened, don't you? Y'all let me know what you think about this final episode, the decision day. Did it turn out the way you thought it would? It turned out the way I thought it would. Everybody got a divorce except for Jessica and Austin, and I knew that Derek and Katy would say yes because they would say yes. I mean, they all should have said no, including Jessica and Austin, based on what I could see on the sneak peek previews. But you know how they trick us. They trick us all the time. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Married at First Sight, Season 10, Episode 16, Decision Day, Until Decision Day, or whatever it's called. If it's your first time visiting my channel, click the subscribe button, become a ray of sunshine. You are right there, so click the notification button so that you're alerted of when I upload videos. I'm hoping to see you on other things. I am going to review New Orleans Married at First Sight, so if not, I'll see you then. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.